then our school district means a lot to you. That is the reason on a Friday evening you could have been doing so many other things, but you have come here. So I'm very appreciative of the time today, and I am also appreciative of the time that you have put into this campaign in the last few days. So right now what I would like to do is, the way I'm envisaging this program is, we'll have the candidates speak. When I say the candidates, the city council, Laura Rummel will speak for about a couple of minutes, followed by Dinner Davis for Frisco ISD, and then Mark Hill. At this time we are not convincing why they are good or not. We are only asking you to have your friends go out and then vote. So this is not a discussion where, like, why is she good, why is her opponent not good? We are beyond that. So tomorrow 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is the election time hours. Hopefully by 24 hours from now we'll be celebrating. So after they speak, then I'll request Mayor Cheney to come and speak, and then what he thinks we all need to do between now and 6:59 tomorrow, or maybe 6:54. I know Ravi and Sandhya Garu, they always vote at 6:55. Hopefully tomorrow you vote tomorrow early.
55 a.m.
Okay, AM, yeah, that's correct. Perfect. So let's get started. Once again, thanks to each and every one of you. Let's get started with Laura Rummel. Please join us and then say a few words.
It's a big step to do in heels. Good evening, everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces. Very good to see you again. For those who do not know me, I am Laura Rummel. I currently serve you on Frisco City Council, and I am running for re-election. I was elected during a special term just a year ago, and in just this one past year, I have been able to help deliver a homestead exemption increase as well as a senior tax freeze. We've started a new trail in Grand Park. We've started an animal advisory board, which I am personally passionate about our pets. And we hired our second ever city manager. So it's been a very busy year. I very much, yes, thank you very much. It's been my absolute honor to serve you guys. I try to get out into the community as much as I possibly can, so that's probably why I've seen many of you, is I try to go to as many events as I can. I want you guys to know your elected officials. I want that when you have a question, when you need something, you have somebody that you know that you can reach out to ask for questions, ask for support. We are here for you. Frisco may be growing, but this is still a small town at heart. I'm big on community helping community. So if there's ever an opportunity that you want to give back to the community and you don't know how, please reach out to me. This is also something I'm personally passionate about, having served on our social services and housing board before coming on council. And I know Venkat's here. Where'd he go? There he is. He's now serving on it today, so he can tell you all about it. But we know a lot of the different charities and nonprofits within our area and can help plug you in somewhere. So please get involved. Please come out to vote. I'm sure I will not be the last person that plugs this, but tomorrow is the last day to vote. If you have not voted yet, please do, and I would be honored to earn your vote for re-election. Laura Rummel, Frisco City Council, place 5. Okay, and I'm going to hand this over to Danette.
Thank you, Laura. And so they always have to either go second or last, right? I always have to follow either Laura or Mayor Cheney, and they usually take all of my words. I am Jeanette Davis. For the past 2.5 years, I have served as your Frisco ISD Board of Trustee in place 4. I've had an amazing ride over the past 2.5 years. We've had an opportunity to open 3 additional schools. In May, we will graduate our first international baccalaureate class, and my daughter is actually one of those graduates. I'm really excited about that. In addition to that, we've had an opportunity to take a look at ways that our public education system can offer specialized programs so that we can have things outside of, that normally take place outside of the ISD within our public education system. And so one of the things that I'm most proud of is something that we'll be rolling out this fall, and that is our pathway to either fire or police with the Frisco Police Department. I have 3 girls that have matriculated through Frisco ISD. I know so many of the faces here because I've been to over 289 events over the past 2.5 years. I stopped counting. One of the things that I really enjoy most is community. I am by trade an educator since 2004, and community is something that I hold dear. I moved here from Chicago, Illinois in 2012 because Frisco ISD, in my heart, I knew that it would give my girls something that I didn't have, and it has delivered in more ways than one. My ask for you today is that you will take out your phones, hold them up in the air for me. Take out your phones, everybody. Take your phones out. I want you to put 10 of your friends in your phone that live in Frisco ISD. Send them a text message. Tell them that tomorrow is the only day they can vote for Danette A. Davis in place 4. And then at the end of that text message, tell them to text 10 of their friends. Tomorrow, we want to be able to celebrate, and I would love to return for a 3-year term as your Frisco Independent School District trustee in place 4. Thank you.
So, my name is Mark Hill. I'm running for place 5, Frisco ISD. Danette mentioned 289 events. I think the 4 of us here have been to 289 events in the last week or 2. It's been crazy. And to tell you a little bit about myself, I have lived here for about 20 years. My wife and I live not too far from here. We have a little 4-year-old girl who's about to start the FISD track. I have spent the last 6 or 7 years volunteering for the Education Foundation here in Frisco, the primary nonprofit for the ISD, a wonderful organization. In fact, that's where I met Gopal before he was a trustee, and became friends with him, and he's been so generous to the FEF for many years. Really, if you really want to know my story, I just love living here. And I believe we have a very good school district, and I believe we should all be grateful that our kids, grandkids get to go to this school district. And I just want to do what I can to keep it that way. I believe we have good people running both our city and our school district, and I intend to continue that. I am grateful that we have such a diverse community and a growing community. The school district's got 75 campuses, and it's growing every year, and it's changing every year. And we talk from everything from cricket to curriculum changes. I was talking with someone about how do we advance that with the UIL. I know Gopal's already working on that. And so, really, here we are on the finish line for the voting process. And tomorrow's a big day, as both Laura and Danette said, 7 to 7. We got to put it all on the line. And so we really, my ask for you all would be in each of your communities, let's find some leaders. Let's find some people that can go and help us get to the polls. We have some strong spots in the city, and we have to blow those out tomorrow. And so, do what you can, help us out, help us get across that finish line. Mark Hill for Frisco ISD, place 5. Thank y'all.
Woo! Thanks a lot, Laura, Danette, and Mark. And now, before I invite our Mayor Jeff Cheney, a couple of words. So, Mayor Jeff Cheney is one of the most amazing persons I have ever met. Period.
Yeah.
His entire life is serving the community. He's been a council member for about 9 years, and then he has been the mayor for the last 6 years. And then his connect with the community is amazing. You know, last time when he won in the 2017, he thought that he needed to do something for the community, and then he formed an Indian Affairs Committee through which we did Chai with Cheney, Cricket with Cheney, which some of you have already attended. He is the one who started celebrating diversity. We had the Diwali proclamation, and then the Diwali lamp lighting, and then the Indian Affairs Committee has transitioned into a Frisco Inclusion Committee where we celebrate all cultures, all communities, everybody in this community. So this is one of the only cities which has got this diverse population, and then we are celebrating it. We are not separating it.
Woo!
And
yep.
Holi also with us, right? You know, you must have seen the flyer with him in the Diwali color, the Holi colors. He has also brought a lot of great things, you know, from the Economic Development Corporation, EDC efforts, partnership with Frisco ISD. You know, we have the star there. Our high school kids can come and play in the facilities where the Cowboys can practice, and then now the PGA. So there's so many things that we are able to do because of the partnership. The SROs that we have in our schools is also due to the partnership with the Frisco City. So there are so many things. That's why ours is the safest city. 2018 is the best city to live. So many things. Now, if we don't take the action, like some of you might have already voted, but that's not enough. You need to call your friends, and then if the community does not elect him, if each and every one of us is complacent and then does not do what is needed, then whatever the trajectory we were in, we will lose that. So it is upon us to ensure that we take this forward. So I ask each and every one of you to take this very, very seriously the next 25 hours, 24 hours or 23 hours, very, very seriously, and then do your best in ensuring that he is back as our mayor. Having said that, now I would like him to say a few words.
Thank you guys. I mean, I know this is a friendly audience. Hopefully there's no one undecided here. If you're undecided, raise your hand. Okay, good. Hopefully all of you have voted here, but that's not why we're here tonight. We're here to finish the job. And so we go through these milestones during these campaigns. And so February 17th is a filing deadline, and then you file, and then you know you have an opponent, and you start there and you start thinking, okay, well, I only have to spend the next 12 weeks campaigning to get to the finish line. And it's a grind. I mean, the candidates up here are laughing. We're all sunburned. I'm starting to go on brand, trying to turn fully red. We're tired. We've taken time from our families, from our jobs. Everyone in here, our volunteers, have taken time from their families and their jobs and meet and greet time and time again, trying to meet every single voter that we can. Here's the problem. The problem is, to win this election, you have to get 10,000 votes. And there is no way that any of us, as candidates, can talk to 10,000 people. We would need to campaign for years to be able to talk to 10,000 people and convince them why we should hold office. So what we have to do is we have to talk to hundreds of people and convince them that they're the right people to hold office. But more than that, convince you to then go and speak to 100 people, or a dozen people, or 20 people. And when you do the math and you start multiplying it, that's how we get to 10,000 votes. Richwoods Academy has become kind of an annual tradition. It's usually the last event we do on the campaign trail. Yeah, let's go around the block. This is usually the last one. Can I get an applause for the candidates? This is our last one. But it's often our most important one, because this is how we finish the cause. And so when we came to Richwoods last year, it was a big party. Like the election was over. Let's just have a celebration. And I got up here and I told each of you that your favorite, Gopal, was about to lose. And everyone looked back at me and was like, what are you talking about? There is no way. Everyone loves Gopal. There is no way Gopal can lose. I said, you have to believe me, Gopal is going to lose. And then what happened is all of you went out and activated. And then you started calling everyone and texting everyone and door knocking and bugging them and saying, did you vote? Did you vote? And so when the polls closed at 7 o'clock, and so this is what's important. So at 7:05 tomorrow night, we'll probably know if I'm going to be your mayor for the next 3 years. We may not. We probably will. We'll probably know how these races are looking. It shapes up pretty early. So when the polls closed for Gopal, he was losing. He was losing. You were down 500 votes or something. And Gopal and VG started crying, and Dana's hugging VG, and we're like, had done the math, because I'm the math guy and the numbers guy, and I knew we had one election day. So the same thing happened with Angelia Pelham. Angelia Pelham, we knew she had one election day. Go Paul, we knew he had one election day. The good guys, the people that love Frisco, ISD, they come out on election day. In the last 3 to 4 years, the people that love this community have always said, we are going to win election day. And so when Angelia Pelham's polls closed after early voting, she was up by 8 votes. I think there had been 10,000 votes cast, and there was an 8-vote difference. But we knew she had won election day. And I remember I had to do the coin toss at an arena football game, and I was dying. The coin toss was at 7:05. I could feel my phone buzzing in my pocket. And I'm like, I know what's happening. People are texting me, and I can't look because I got to do this coin flip for the game. And I started walking out, and then I saw she was winning by 8 votes. And I did this big sigh of relief because I put my career on the line for Angelia Pelham. She was the right candidate, and I was like, I'm willing to risk it all because she is the right person. And I just breathed, and I said, she's won, because we knew she had won election day. And then when Go Paul and VG were crying because they thought they had just lost the election, were totally blindsided. How would we possibly lose this election? We've done an incredible job in this community and school district. But I told Go Paul, I was like, Go Paul, I think you have a chance. Because we won election day. We just have to see if we have to close it. And it took us till I think 10 or 10:30 that night. And we got down to the final precincts. And I'm a numbers guy. I'm crunching these in my head, and we knew there was one precinct left. And we knew it was a pro Go Paul precinct. And then all of a sudden, he was losing the entire night until that final precinct reported, and it flipped. And he ended up winning by 300 votes. Because everyone activated and said, we're going to win election day. So the 4 of us, we've been campaigning for 12 weeks. We're tired and exhausted, but we've got a boost of energy. All of you showed up here for us tonight. But we have to win election day. We all have to be committed to saying we are going to win election day, because what's going to happen is 7:05, we know we won election day. 7:05 may be a party already for all 4 of us. But if it has to be Go Paul, we're like, oh, we're a little bit behind, but we still feel good. Let's go finish it. And so what the ask is, here's the ask. It's not about trying to convince people anymore. It's about pulling people out the way. All of you got phones, as Danette said. It's texting your friends. Don't be complacent. Honestly, my campaign manager, Lori, our whole team, our biggest fear and our risk is complacency. Like if everyone in Frisco voted, we would have kind of turned it off a long time ago. We were like, oh, we're good. We're gonna, cruise to a 20-point win, no big deal. But if I hear like one more time, like, oh, Jeff, you've got this. Why would anyone run against you? It's in the bag, all these kinds of things. Every time I hear that, it frightens me. Because that person, they may have a soccer game tomorrow, maybe it's raining in the window that they were going to go vote. If they're thinking that way, then it's, okay, well, Jeff's got it, I'm not going to go vote. And I'm not going to text my 10 friends. I'm not going to post my selfie on Facebook. That is all the incremental things that happen to finally push you across the finish line. So help us as candidates. We love serving this community, all of us. There are major sacrifices for our families, and we do it because we're serving a worthy cause. And all we ask is a simple ask, is that you show us respect. And the best way that you can show respect is to go out and fight for us. And go out there and do the work tomorrow. All the way till 7 p.m. If you've got that friend at 6:30, that's like, oh, no, it's fine. No, you got plenty of time. I know where you live. It takes you 10 minutes to get to the polls. You go get in your car right now and then text me a selfie. All the way to 7 p.m. And if we get to 7 p.m. and we have turned over every single stone, we have done every single meet and greet, we have done all the work that we need to do to win a race, then I think every candidate would say, well, accept any outcome that happens. We will. But if you get to the end, if we had been complacent and go, Paul would not be your trustee right now, that's a totally different feeling. Right? If you get to the end, you know you've fought the fight, you've done everything you can, you've fought it for every single vote, we've knocked on every single door, we've called every single person, we've texted every single person, we've reminded everyone until 7 o'clock p.m., then you know you've done it all. So, thank you for being here, just being here alone on a Friday night. You know, besides the great food that's in the background, but being here for us, it means a lot to us, all the way to the end. I know I can speak for every single candidate. We've all been very grateful for all the support we've gotten from this community over the last 12 weeks, all the people willing to come out and learn about our vision and our mission, get to know us better. Many of you that have known us for years and years and years, have been here from the very beginning, the first time that each of us ran 6 years ago, or some of you even longer when I was a council member. And now we're at the end. So this is it. So I know we're going to be up bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm going to go back out. There's 1 million people at PGA Frisco. So Dana and I are going to run back there and try to find 20 more votes out there at PGA Frisco before we go to bed. And then we're going to go call everyone in the morning and work the polls, and we're going to see you out there. And if we do the work, then at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, we'll all be celebrating that I'm your mayor for another 3 years.
Jeff, this is the last term for Jeff, and this is probably his last meet and greet. And I'm very thankful that. So real quick, I would like the candidates to be here, and then maybe Chakri, you can come here, and then we can take a picture of each and every one
again,
of
at the
us.
city council, we need to see you.
Because this is a very historic.
Sorry, I mean
meet and
Collin
greet.
County
His
Council.
last meet and greet. So
Collin County.